Welcome to Baja Window to the South. I am your host, Olga Sanchez de la Vega.
And I'm your co-host, Scott Koenig. Welcome to the show.
We're here to tell you everything about entertainment, news, tourism, and just the most fascinating things that you didn't know about Baja.
We'll have special guests, location shots, tacos, and much, much more.
So for now, we're gonna go for what to do and what to not do. So with the do's and don'ts about Baja. Well, want to get deep into Mexicali's histories? Do take a tour of the Chinese underground beneath La Chinesca in the city center. It's one of the most unique cultural experiences in Baja California. In the early 20th century, Chinese workers arrived in Mexicali where agricultural jobs were abundant. As they were in the country illegally, the summers in the capital city were blazing hot. They dug and lived in the series of tunnels beneath the city. The tour from the origins and secretos de la Chinesca unearths underground dorms, kitchens, nurseries, cantinas, schools, casinos, shops, and even a prison. So the tour lasts about 3 hours and it is one of a kind.
I can't wait to do it. When crossing the U.S.-Mexico border in either direction, don't bring narcotics, non-prescription drugs, or substances with a high potential for abuse, such as Rohypnol or fen-phen. International drug trafficking carries a very high penalty in Mexico and the U.S., and it's just not worth it. For most prescriptions, it's a good idea to transport them in their original container and have your doctor's written prescription on hand. For potentially addicting medications like tranquilizers, sleeping pills, and stimulants, you should declare these at the border and only carry a normal amount for personal use. And contrary to popular belief, the Food and Drug Administration does not allow the importation of drugs purchased outside of the U.S.
And even when it comes to cannabis, please, even if it's okay to do it in California and in other parts of the United States, you cannot cross it in or out.
Great
So
point.
please, please, please do not. Well, that was a great don't do and do, right?
Fantastic. You've got to have that information.
Our do's and don'ts keep on getting better.
That's right.
I'm so glad we're showcasing to you the basics of what to do and what not to do in Baja. Thank you so much for keeping track on those.
One thing you do want to do when you're in Baja is meet amazing people like our next guest. Cleofas Arreola Limon has worked tirelessly for 30 years for associations, foundations, and many charitable causes. He's the president of the Castro-Limón Foundation, his family's foundation, and he's worked as the director for El Trompo, the Children's Museum in Tijuana, Say Cute, which is the Tijuana Cultural Center, at the Orchestra of Baja California, and many, many others. Cleofas is extending the foundation's work throughout Latin America to help children with cancer. That's the focus of the foundation right now. He's organizing the Rosarito Valle de Guadalupe cycling event to benefit kids with cancer, and he's here to talk with us about that today. Cleofas, welcome to Baja Window to the South. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thank you, Scott, for having me here. Thank you, Olga. It's very exciting to be here. This is the first time that we are in Windows to the South, Tijuana Windows to the South, because, as I was telling Olga, we used to see this with Juanita Woods.
Oh, when it was Tijuana Window to the South.
Yes, so it's like a comeback, and it's the first. Thank you for having me.
Wow, so we've come full circle here. You've been a guest on both shows now.
Exactly, so
That's
this
fantastic.
is great.
Thank you for joining us. So tell us a little bit about this fundraiser that you do, that you bring people from all over the world to join you in a bicycle adventure, to just go on a beautiful scenery route throughout Baja. Can you please tell us a little bit about that?
Of course, we're very excited about this. It's called a promenade more than a race. And what we try to do is we try to showcase the best that we have to offer. So imagine there is no other promenade or race, if you want to call it this way, in the world like it that starts at a film studios. Because you start at Baja Studios and you could visit through and you have all the sets and everything. So you start up there, and then as you go out of it to your right, you'll find the beautiful ocean, the Pacific Ocean. I mean, those colors and everything. And then, you know, La Salina, which is a beautiful sight. And then you go into the valley. And you have to understand, this is the valley where most of the wine of Mexico is produced.
Yes.
And you end up at Vivayof, which is one of the oldest wineries, at a great garden where people just get there. And after going through the Cuesta del Tigre, you know, which is really something very special and difficult to do, you go there and you just spend the rest of the day. We have food, we have tacos, we have shrimp tacos, we have delicacies from Baja. You know this Baja Med food, some wine as well, and everything. So I think that for anyone who hasn't been here, they're in for a thrill. And let me tell you that we've been organizing this event for over 11 years.
Wow.
We only stopped for 2 years because of the pandemic.
Yes.
And people are so excited to join us again. Plus, I guess that the best value of this promenade is that we're helping children with cancer.
Yes.
And that's how we got started. You know, we were looking for events where people could go have fun and just with a, you know, with a small amount, like $30, $40,
that's nothing.
be able to help these kids. So far in Fundación, we've been able to help, actually not help, we've helped 95 kids survive cancer.
Oh, wow.
We've declared them free of cancer. And you have to understand that for this to happen, a child...
We're actually receiving phone calls right now for the donation.
We didn't know we were having
Keep on
a
doing
telethon
it.
today.
Keep on doing it. See, the way it happens is that you start your procedures in a hospital, and after 5 years, when you have no sickness, you know, once your treatment stops, you keep on going for checkups every month for 5 years, and then you're declared free of cancer. And children who go to our hospital pay nothing. And they pay nothing for their x-rays, they pay nothing for their PET scans, which is very expensive. And they also have psychological help, because when a kid gets sick, all the family gets sick.
Yes.
So I guess that thank you for having us spread the word about this event we're having.
Thank you for doing that. I had no idea. I apologize, Scott. I had no idea that you also give them psychological help. That is extremely
And
important.
this is for the kids and their family. Because when, as I said, when a kid gets sick, his brother or sister lacks attention. All the attention is derived for the sick child. So,
and you're a child, you don't really know what's happening. It can be a very confusing time. I could see that.
So we do that, and we help, and then we have what's called spiritual, also what would be the word?
Emotional.
Emotional and spiritual help. And this way we help the whole family. And as I said, 95 kids, and we're currently treating 67. And it costs us about $1 million pesos a year.
Wow.
Per kid. So help us raise some money for these kids, and you'll be changing the world.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So Cleofas, if somebody wants to donate or sign up for the bike ride, how can they do that?
Internet, very simple. Just visit our page, www.fundacioncastrolimon.org. This is for the March 26th.
Yes.
We start promptly at 10 in the morning, have to be there at 8 to register at Studios Fox. It's a 60 kilometer promenade, and we end up at Vivayof. It's going to be a beautiful day, and we have all these people joining, and I hope you would bike with us.
Oh,
Sounds fantastic.
Thank you
Sounds
so much.
fantastic.
And are there anything that you recommend for our visitors that come from across the border?
Yes, we're going to be very special on the COVID. So the mask, also we're going to be taking the temperature, as well as having the gel to keep
Hand
you
sanitizer.
safe. And
Right.
please, we'll ask for to be 1.5 meters away from each other.
All right.
Okay.
Great. So there you go. So go to the website, which we also were showing on our screen. Join the bike ride at the end of March. Help children with cancer. You guys are doing a great job, Cleofas.
Thank you, and
Thank
thanks
you so
for
much for
helping
being
us.
with us today.
And
Thank you
you
much.
probably are going to see us there riding that bike and
I hope so.
helping out.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next. We're going to Tacos with Muchachos. So let's go and check out what's going on out there.
Hey, welcome to Tacos with Muchachos. We're here today with my muchacho, Tony T. Tony is a man about town, a taco lover, owner of food truck Corazon de Torta in San Diego, and he's brought me to one of his favorite places here in Tijuana today for tacos. Used to be a small cart, right, Tony?
This started out as a small cart near my old apartment when I lived here in Tijuana. Interesting thing about this, they are Mexicali tacos. It's a taqueria from
Mexicali
Mexicali, Cachanillas, and this is their place in Tijuana, and they just they expanded, so
Now,
I'm excited.
Isn't there a big competition between people in Tijuana and people in Mexicali over who has the best tacos?
Interstate, state rivals, tacos, sports, everything. This is our rival city. Obviously, they're the state capital, but
Okay.
it must be very hard for them to know that they're an inferior city to us, even though they are the state capital. But
I didn't say it, folks.
their tacos are actually amazing, and they're quite different, and that's why I brought you here, my friend.
Okay, well, let's go see what Mexicali tacos are all about.
I'm ready to
then,
do
Tony.
it. Let's do it.
All right.
So this here is a costra de queso, which is a crested layer of cheese. Now, normally it's done like a taco. Here, it's kind of like a big, huge burrito.
It's amazing. So this is just a big, giant tortilla of griddled cheese. I think Jack cheese?
Probably jack cheese, and what you do is, if it's shredded, you put it all on the grill, on the griddle, the
On the plancha.
Yes, sir. And it'll start to get really, really, really crispy, crested layer. With your spatula, you lift it up, and it becomes hard like a tortilla. They just roll it up. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna actually try it like a darn burrito.
And if you're on a low-carb diet, the cheese
Right, it's a protein
tortilla
taco.
is really the way to go. This is perfect keto. How is it, man?
It's got adobada in it.
Adobada.
Yeah, it's got pork, it's got steak.
Adobada la vida, baby.
Good one.
I try. I'm getting my songster on today.
This has been one of my favorite today.
It's huge, too. I mean, this is a very generous
This is shareable.
queso burrito, I guess you would call it,
It's a
right?
shareable item.
Well, I'm not sharing mine, sorry.
Classic Tijuana style is different.
Okay.
This is Mexicali Sonora style.
And the guy was telling us they use better cuts. Like it's not the typical skirt or flank steak that you find with carne asada, but sirloin,
For sure.
ribeye.
Oh yeah, New
All right.
York steak.
Cool. Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Tacos with muchachos. Those peppers right away, those Anaheim peppers.
Yes.
Right away.
So good. You told me to put a little bit of the red and the green salsa on it because it's got a little bit of cream on it. Added those onions, it gives it like a nice little, kind of like a nice little snap. Really good.
And these aren't small tacos, these are big tacos.
It's so good. You get the umami from the cheese.
Oh, yeah.
The savory flavor of the steak, the tang of the salsas and the onions there. Might be the perfect taco, dude.
It is.
I could eat this every day.
Via Mexicali in Tijuana. So we got a Northwest taco party going on right here.
Dude, what else do you need? You know what, Tony? It's been great hanging out in TJ with you because I know a lot of the taquerias around here, but I don't know all of them.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. There's hundreds.
Thousands.
I actually worked with my friend Paco
Paco Taco?
Paco Perez from Aquí es Texcoco, and my
That's a great
other
place,
buddy,
yeah.
Fernando Cuevas of Tourism Baja, and we do Tijuana Taco Tours. We call ourselves the Three Amigos
Okay.
Taco Tours.
Okay.
And we're doing one, folks, on May 28th, Saturday. It's an all-day taco tour, 7 taquerias,
Wow.
2 craft breweries, Tepo Nieves,
Oh,
Tepos Nieves,
little
ice
dessert.
cream,
Yeah, that's
for
great
dessert,
stuff.
Onboard mezcal service.
I want to be your first customer.
Dude.
I want to be the first sign up. Can I
Dude,
sign up?
We'll just get you on for free.
Can
as
you put
media,
the
my
link
friend.
right here?
We could. Three Amigos, tacotours.com. May 28th, Saturday. We'll see you guys there. And I think we're going to have to add Tecolote to our list.
It's a must. It's a must stop now.
So good. I think this
Oh,
will
yeah.
surprise so many people from north
For
of the
sure.
border.
For sure.
Very unusual. Very different.
I'm glad we came.
I am too. Thanks, buddy.
Mexicali in my mouth.
I like it. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. Tacos with Muchachos.
Let's
See you
go to the
next
next
time.
one, baby.
All right.
Vámonos.
And now we're very excited to introduce you to our next guest. Score International is an off-road racing sanctioning body in the sports of desert racing and is famous for the Baja 500, San Felipe 250, and the committee's flagship event, the Baja 1000. Former Secretary of California Tourism, Juan Tintos, officially became part of the Score management team as a liaison with Mexico in 2017. A close friend of former Score owner Saul Fish, as well as a personal family friend of current Score owners Roger and Elise Norman, Tintos is a native of Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. He served twice for the total of 12 years as Secretary of Tourism for Baja California in 1982 to 2001, and then again in 2010 to 2013. And is a graduate of the School of Tourism of the Autonomous University of Baja California. Tintos was a catalyst in bringing the Score Desert World Championship to Playa Rosarito, Mexico, and is the first time in the capacity as a consultant to the municipal government of Playa de Rosarito. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
It's so exciting to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us.
Senor Tintos, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us today on Baja Window to the South. I know that some of the the racing suffered a little bit during the pandemic, but it seems now that Score is back on track. Races are being scheduled and run again. Tell us about some of the upcoming events that we should know.
Well, we faced the challenge of COVID in 2020. Out of the 4 races, we were able to put on 2 of them. And we were pioneers because we developed a biosecurity protocol for COVID-19. Unfortunately, our races did not have access to the public, but we managed to put on 2 races in 2020 and our complete Score World Desert Championship last year. And we were even nominated for a special recognition from the Off-Road Hall of Fame for having the possibility of doing races under COVID.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but
amazing.
This year we're hoping all 4 of them are going on ahead of schedule and will be open to the public. So yeah, it was a challenge, but we still managed to do 6 races in the last 2 years.
That's great. So gentlemen and gentle ladies, start your engines. It's back to business as usual for Score International this year.
Yes, we've got our first race end of March, beginning of April, the Score San Felipe 250. It's our most popular race. It's our 35th edition. And then we go with the Baja 500 in June in Ensenada. Our newest race is the Baja 400, which is in September in Ensenada also. And our marquee race, the Baja 1000, that's in November. And it's going to be our 55th edition of the Score Baja 1000, and next year Score is going to celebrate its 50th anniversary. So we've got a
50th
lot
anniversary. That's a long history of off-road racing in Baja
We've
California.
got a lot of surprises in store.
That went by fast.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it did. Because what was 50 years ago? Was the 70s? Is that when Score got started?
1972, and it's like with Selfish, and then after Roger and Elise took over in 2013, it's been just incredible. The increase we've gone through, and actually the Baja 1000 has been voted the best automotive sports event in the world.
In the world.
2 times by
Wow.
USA Today.
Congratulations.
And that's helped us generate attracting a lot of famous people, a lot of famous racers, Formula One racers, champions, Dakar champions. This year's Dakar champion is coming back to Baja, Nasser Al-Attiyah. A lot of movie stars, a lot of famous people that love to come and race in Baja. So yeah.
Who are some of the movie stars who have raced in the past?
Well, you've got Steve McQueen.
Oh, of course.
You know, and then we've got Patrick Dempsey. We've got stars from Too Fast, Too Furious. We've got one of the owners of the Dodgers, the owners of the Lakers, Jenson Button, former Formula One champion, Nasser Al-Attiyah, who's won Dakar several times. He's coming back. And a lot of movie stars that like to come and be very low profile, but
Yes.
they just love the excitement and coming to
The
Baja.
excitement,
Yes.
the adrenaline, and then also the feeling welcome.
Yes.
You make the experience from when they're bringing their cars into into Mexico. Will you
Yes.
please tell us a little bit about what is the experience for a driver or for a company when they come in to be part of the event?
Well, fortunately for us, in 2019, we signed a strategic alliance with the Mexican federal government through the Secretary of Tourism, and that has helped us tremendously to even speed up, facilitate all the support from the federal government, the municipal governments, and we've received great support from the state government of Baja California. We had Governor Marina del Pilar give the green flag to the Baja 1000 this
that's
November.
great.
It was all the way to La Paz. And it's really a team effort.
Yes.
We work very closely with private sector, but also municipal, state, federal authorities. And it's so important, this alliance, because only Formula One and NASCAR have signed such alliances with the Mexican federal government. So we think we're in very good company.
Nice.
I
And,
think so
And
too.
then that makes it easier for like racers from the U.S. to get their cars across the border and through customs.
Facilitations at customs, immigration, great support from the National Guard, municipal police. We have, like for this race in San Felipe, we're going to have like 25 helicopters that come and do chase or film different things. So there's also been 2 movies, Dust to Glory and Dust to Glory 2, that have really projected the
We have
sport
to
of
see
off-road
those.
racing and Baja California. And that's something that SCORE has been doing more. We have a digital magazine called SCORE Journal. We've reached up to 1.9 million readers.
Wow.
It's monthly, it's bilingual, it's digital. And
thank you.
we've been promoting craft beer, Baja Med cuisine, Guadalupe Valley, all the attractions of Baja, so that the racers not only come 4 times a year, but they can come throughout the year. And many of them come back for medical tourism,
Yes.
for weddings, for different reasons,
For the food.
for the food, and even for bike rides or other events.
Wow.
So that's why we've been working a lot
And,
more.
and it is, I'm sorry,
Oh,
and
go
it
ahead,
is
Olga.
such an incredible and beautiful family. And these are
Yep.
international families. So they're not just families, from local families. They come from all over the world.
Yes.
And then you have done a tremendous job facilitating it, making it simple
Yep.
for everybody. And then also the Baja communities.
Yes.
It's such a level of respect as well.
The SCORE off-road races are part of Baja's culture and identity. We've been doing this for 49 years. Just last year, we had over 1,000 teams from 30 countries
Wow.
and 35 states in the U.S., over 900 accredited media representatives, and we come out worldwide, ESPN2, in 25 countries, 110 million households in the U.S. So it's a great promotion and position for Baja.
So where can people in the U.S. find out about the races, especially if you can
Yeah.
attend again this year after now that COVID has lessened
Yeah.
a little bit? Where do they go online to find
They can
this?
go in scoreinternational.com, and they can also go and find out more about our race in scorejournal.com.
Okay.
And you'll have all the info on the 4 races, all the activities going on.
Beautiful.
All right. So there you have it, everyone. If you want to come down to the SCORE races this year, you can come again. The gates are open. Senor Tintos, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us on
you.
Baja Window to the South Day. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very
I
much for having me.
cannot wait to get in that car.
Yes,
Olga's going to be racing
we'll
next
see
time,
you at the
folks.
Baja 500.
That's
There
right.
you go.
You got it.
Thank you so much, everyone. That's another beautiful show from Baja Window to the South. We cannot wait to see you again.
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.